Hey everybody, we are back. It's been a little while. My family came from the UK to stay for a few weeks in Japan, so yeah, we had a great time. Planning to record some video and kind of release a YouTube video on that, but I kind of, just was enjoying the time too much that I pretty much forgot to record anything, to be honest. But yeah, anyway, we are back to normal everyday life and work. So yeah, I'm gonna start making some videos again. So I want to go on track this month. It's now September the 1st, so we'll see when this video releases. But it's September the 1st and I want to take the Kei Works on track to Awara. So I've done a video on that before. That there was an event on that I went to, but it was raining, so I'm hoping this time for a nice dry day. But when I made that video, I kind of just used the GoPros. I had set up a couple of microphones inside the car just because it was so wet outside. But today I've got two jobs to do. First one is I'm going to rig up a couple of microphones, one for the intake of the car and one for the exhaust. That way you can kind of get the true sound of the car. Because that's the one thing I don't like about in-car videos with like GoPros is you pick up a lot of like the interior noise and you don't really get the sound, the real sound of how it sounds for the person. You know, you get some vibration come through the mount, so you start picking up that. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that. So like with the GTR, I do rig up, I've got a couple of microphones rigged up for the GTR and the exhaust and the intake. That's why I think, in my opinion, the recordings that I do on track with that, you can actually hear the exhaust and the intake quite nicely. So yeah, so that's the plan today. So I've got one for the intake, one for the exhaust. So we're going to rig them up. So the other issue is the sound system in here. I recently installed this head unit, which is great and perfect, but I find that the sound coming out of this speaker is much quieter than this one. So there's definitely something wrong there and I want to discover it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to have this all out anyway because I need to pull the microphone through from the engine bay, but I guess we're probably gonna, oh, okay, so my glove box is also broken. So now looks like we have a third job of the day, which is to fix the glove box and why it's really wobbly. So we have got another heat wave here in Japan again. It's, I don't know, I think it's gonna be like 36, 37 degrees today. It's already very hot, too hot for me and my kind of English skin. So yeah, I'm very glad we have got aircon in here. I've got that blasting out at the moment and it's nice, cool temperature in here. Let's see, what is the temperature? Well, it says it's 27 degrees. So yeah, that's probably what it is in here, which seems hot. In the UK that would be a hot day, but compared to what it is outside, yeah, it's much more bearable. So yeah, anyway, let's get this bonnet open. Okay, in the engine bay, so we need to figure out where we're going to pull in this cable for the microphone. So the microphone I'm probably going to route over here somewhere close to the intake, whether I clip it off of this here or I'm not sure where exactly I'm going to clip it. It's quite a small engine bay, so I think probably anywhere I put it over this side would be okay. But yeah, I can't really see any holes through. Oh, there's one hole there, so I think it might end up going through here. It looks like that's possibly the only hole. No, I know there's one there, but that's taped over quite well. There's one there where the AC pipes go through. I might be able to sneak it in through there. If not, I think I'm probably, yeah, so it looks like the only other two places is one's here and one there. I don't know if you can see that, the rubber grommet. So I'll probably sneak it through that one, to be fair, because I think that will put me directly behind the glove box. So let's have a look at that. So here's the culprit of the broken glove box. It looks like when I pulled out the pin to remove the glove box to fit the head unit, I must have broken it because it's kind of just laying in here and it's not in that back corner where it should be. That's the problem when you're working on these kind of older cars that have been outside, you know, bleached sunlight. I mean, not like it's sunlight in here, but the plastics just get all brittle and yeah, can cause a bit of an issue. So let's, oh, I don't want to pull this too hard. Okay, I don't think it's going to be easy because I can't see where, or is it there? Let's see, can you see on the camera for me? I think it's up there is where that cable comes through. I think you can just see there. So I think I need to fish it through there, hopefully, and then pull it in through here. I'm not actually exactly sure where I'm going to put the sound recorder. So I have a sound recorder that I then splice into the video. I'll probably put it to the glove box. I'll probably just feed the cables in through here where the ETC sits. But yeah, anyway, let's have a look. So the other microphone is going to be the exhaust end. So I'll probably feed that up through this A-pillar all the way to the back and then down. Just need to hop over to the other side because the exhaust is on that side, and then find a way out again. I think on the GTR I took it out through the grommet that feeds the rear tail lamp for the number plate, so I'll probably do something similar with here, but yeah, I need to figure it out. So I'm hoping you can hear me over the sound of the AC unit, but anyway, I've got two lapel style microphones that I'm gonna set up. That's what I run for the GTR, and they seem to work quite well, and they're nice and discreet, keep them out of the way. So this is what we get in the bag. Just a random one that I kind of found on Amazon that seemed to have pretty good reviews. This is kind of the microphone I put somewhere, and it's got a bit of an extension on it. So yeah, so that's nice. Just need to figure out where I'm going to put it, to be honest. First things first, I think we need to figure out how we're going to feed this through that firewall. I think this will be long enough to get into the cockpit or the interior, but then I'll probably need to use this kind of extension. It might be long enough like this, I'm not sure, but use this extension to then plug into the sound recorder. Okay, maybe a little bit of a better position for you. But yeah, basically I need to get in down here. Bit of a pain, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna slice slightly into this tape and then see if I can push and slip in my connector. The connector is quite big is the only problem. Let's get that focus. Yeah, it's quite big, so we need to get that to slide in there, but we'll see what we can do. I need to figure out how I'm gonna slice it first. I need 3 hands. Here's the problem. Well, I think I've sliced it. Let's see if we can feed this through. Probably it'd be easier if I took out the battery, but I'm too lazy to try and figure that out. I mean, failing that, I can just put another hole into this grommet and just feed it through that, but it'd be nice to bring it through all together. So I gave up on that quite quickly. It's really tight and I don't think I'll feed another cable in. So I've just poked another hole into that grommet. So I should be able to now feed my jack through it if I can get my hand in. Okay, let's see if you can see that. So I have poked, where are we? There, don't know if you can see that. I've poked the jack through there now, so I just need to locate it on the other side and then just pull it through. It should slide quite nicely, be a nice snug fit, and then I just need to find a position of where to put this microphone. I'm thinking probably here somewhere, maybe a bit closer to the intake would be nice. I wonder if I can clip it on. I might even clip it onto this aluminium plate here. So I'm hoping somewhere up here, I'm going to put my hand up and I'm hoping I will find the jack lead. but we'll see. This is one of the worst parts about working on cars. It's trying to fit yourself into an interior, especially when it's a Kei car. Or the main cable that comes through. So if I just follow that back, I should be able to find my jack. Yeah, I've got it. Okay. Yes. Woohoo! That wasn't too bad actually. Let's just check it's not caught up on the front here. Okay, so there's my jack lead. Yes, I don't know exactly how I'm going to run it, but probably I'm going to bring it up through here. Yeah, so just pull it up through here like this, and then I guess probably under here I think we'll just probably feed it in through this. Oh yeah, we can get it in through there, I'm sure. Yes, so that's one done. The next one is to figure out how I'm going to get it into the rear. So we'll probably start from the rear and feed it in, and then we can trail it up through the interior. So yeah, let's move to the back. Okay, so the next thing to do is to get this microphone next to the exhaust somehow. Gonna figure out where we need to put that. Probably, if we lay under here, probably somewhere up here. Probably clip it up here somewhere is a good shout, I think. I don't know if it even needs to be that close. I wonder if even we can just stick it up here. I might stick it just up here for now and then see how that sounds. I think you're going to get a decent sound from the exhaust even if I put it here. It's very close, and it kind of keeps it out the way of the rain then, because that's the other thing. The GTR isn't so bad because where I've put it is quite up and out the way of the rain, plus I don't really drive this in the rain anyway, so yeah, that's not an issue. But in here I need to just be a little bit more careful about the rain situation. So yeah, somewhere up in here I think for now, maybe on the back of this light would be a good starting place. So yeah, let's figure out how we're going to get it in first. I think I now see, where's my torch? Yeah, I think we're probably going to put it in through that grommet there. That seems to be a likely candidate. Yeah, and then I think I'm just going to clip it up in there. So yeah, anyway, let's get it up in there. So taking the interior out of the boot out, I think that's the grommet that I'm going to come in through, and then we'll find a way whether we go left or right. Looks like there's cables that go both ways, but yeah, probably just go left because it's easier through here, and then I'm guessing I probably need to take this out, and we'll go up and along and then down, I think. Okay, so I've got it fed through the grommet. Now I just need to pull it up. See if I can multitask here. I just need to pull it up through here. I think I'm probably gonna stick it up. Okay, so I've got it clipped in just there, if you can see that. So that's gonna sit, I think, quite nicely out the way of any rain. I don't think it'll kind of whirl back into there. So yeah, so the next thing is to get this cable all the way to the front now. Now I do want to leave an amount curled up in here, just because if I do decide to move it, I want enough kind of freedom to do that. So I'm just going to curl this up a little bit. One thing I've noticed that I've never seen before is it's got speaker holes back here. So I wonder if there are any speakers back here. I don't think there are, because I can't hear any when I kind of balance the audio, but I wonder if there's any connections back here. If so, it might be quite easy to just put a couple of speakers back here as well. I've just popped off the corner of this trim because I think that's going to be enough for what I need to do. But I have noticed, if I can show you guys, now I wonder if that's a connection for a speaker. If so, we might be able to find some speakers to put in here. I'd like to pop, I'm going to pop this next bit of trim out just to see if I can, because I'm not sure with the seatbelt, to see if there's any like mounting points or anything. So unfortunately I can't see any mounting points, so I'm not sure how you'd mount a speaker in there, but there must be an option for it because that's why they've included the cabling for it. So I'm gonna have to do some research on that. There must have been a trim level, probably maybe a normal K would have optional speakers back here, but maybe the Kei Works for lightweight, maybe they've taken them out, I'm not sure. But anyway, let's get this cable fed in. I've just curled up a little bit of slack here, just so that if I ever do decide I want to kind of move it, I've got enough room to do that with. So yeah, let's get the extension put on, and then I'm going to run it up on this corner, through the head lining, and then down the A-pillar. So I've got it tied in down here, I've got it run up through here, and it's just poking out there. So the next thing to do is kind of just run it on the rest of the way. Now I think I'm going to run out of length, and that's all I have left, so that's probably going to take me to maybe the B pillar, and then I think I'm going to have to use the other extension that came with the first one. Luckily I didn't need that, so then run this the rest of the way. I'm hoping this is going to be long enough to take me from the B pillar down to the glove box, but yeah, we'll see. Just got to be careful when you put the cable in that it doesn't get caught behind any clips. Okay, so it's not going to quite make it to the B pillar. Okay, or just makes it to the B pillar. Just. I've just got to make sure it's fed under these clips. Now the rubber seal, I just want to clip the other side of this head lining now, and then that will be in as far as the B pillar anyway. And we can put the handle back on. So I think it's going to be a similar thing. Undo the handle. I just want to see. Ooh, it's going to be close, but I think it'll just be long enough. So yeah, we'll undo this handle, probably pop out the A-pillar. Nice. Okay. Well, that's nice and easy. Yeah, so again, just feeding this around any clips that there might be. Okay, this cable's going to run down into this corner here. Yeah, that's easier. And then I'm guessing I should feel it somewhere. There we are. Got it. Ooh, it's going to be tight. I think it'll just be enough. So I just need to put this pillar back on. Again, ensuring the cable sits the right side of any clips there are. There we go. And you'd never know. So just put the handle back on. So here are the two leads come through. Now I would normally label them up so I know which is which, but as you can see, because I've used the extension on the exhaust one, the extension housing is a little bit smaller than the front housing, plus the front one has the advertisement for the company. So yeah, I'm not going to label them up so we'll remember which is which for them, whereas on the GTR I did have to label them up so I knew which went where. So the next thing to do is feed them through this hole. Now I do just need to pop off the ETC reader, card holder even, because it's kind of blocking that hole a little bit. But yeah, I'll just do that and then I'll get the glove box sat back in. I need to figure out what I'm going to do about fixing that pin, because I've had a look and it is definitely broken. I cannot save it, so I probably need to order a new one. Here we go. The cables are in here now, so I can put the recorder in there. I'll probably give it a test run at some point in this video and just show you what the difference is, and hopefully you can understand why I like to put a microphone in. So I guess the next is to maybe just have a quick look at this speaker and see if I can do anything about that. Okay, a little progress later. Unfortunately, basically, so this is the speaker out of the driver's side, and there's the passenger one. I've tested it. Unfortunately, I didn't really record it because I was trying to play music while I was doing it, so I could figure out if I could fix it or not, and I don't want to get copyrighted. So it looks like this driver's one, it looks like for whatever reason only the tweeter, so that center tweeter is working. The actual main speaker is not. I've had a fiddle around, I've had a look. I mean, the capacitor looks okay. I can't see anything really obviously wrong. I've switched them over, and yeah, the issue is definitely with this one speaker. So yeah, unfortunately that's a bit of a shame because they are a little bit of an upgrade over the OEM, but it looks like I may need to buy some more speakers to get this working. So for now I'm just going to settle for one speaker, which is going to sound absolutely terrible, but I guess I'll get another one ordered in, and yeah, maybe I'll research and see if I can get some speakers put in at the back there. That would be a nice little project to do. But yeah, okay, here we are for a drive, testing out the microphone setup I've made. So I think I've already spotted a problem. I think there's a little bit of, when the AC fan is on, I think the microphone in the engine bay is picking up a little bit of wind noise, so I might need to get a sock for that. But yeah, anyway, let's give it a whirl. Hopefully it's working. I won't know until I get home, so hopefully this isn't a wasted journey. So we are just up in the mountains now, going for a quick drive. So what I'll do is I'll probably cut a little bit of GoPro audio, and then maybe I'll cut to the microphone audio, so hopefully you can see the difference it is, or the difference it's made. It's a nice steep little twisty section here. So this is the Awada track actually. Here. Come on, here we go. Where should we go? Should we go left? Let's go left. Obviously the Kei platform is probably more suited to the downhill toge compared to the uphill. The 64 horsepower is not quite enough. But yeah, hopefully you can also hear now the turbo noise with that new intake. You can really hear the turbo spool up. And also the wastegate, or the recirculation kind of fire off. And then also, again, hopefully the exhaust, you're getting a nice note of the 3-cylinder. I do like these roads up here. They're very nice and twisty. A bit bumpy though, so I probably wouldn't thrash the GTR down here, but with the Kei car it's not so bad because it's not super low. It's still on a stock suspension now. It is the Suzuki Sport suspension, so I believe it is maybe 10 mil lower than the standard Kei Works, but it's still relatively high in car standards. Now I don't actually know where I am. I've never been this far, I don't think. Oh, I might have actually. But it looks like we've come more into a residential area. Let's go further up. It's really hard to believe, we're still only, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes from Toyama City, yet we're still, we're really high up in the mountains now. Which way should I go? Let's go left. Quaint little house, if it is a house. Not sure what that is. So this is more like it for the downhill. Got the fuel light just come on, so I do need to get some fuel. We'll do that on the way back. Road. Yeah, hopefully this is giving you some indication of what I'm hearing now, because you just don't get to hear it through the GoPros. So normally when I'm editing the videos, I will splice in the GoPro, a little bit of the GoPro so you can hear some of the interior noise, but generally I'll also boost in some, I'll generally put in some of the external microphones. Oh, I know where we are. This is where I did an introductory video for the Kei Works. So, use the mirrors to see, make sure nothing's coming. Okay, here we go. But yeah, anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed this video. I guess it's been a little bit not too exciting, I guess, watching me put in microphones, but the results I think are worth it. So the next plan is I'm hoping to get on track this month. I haven't decided when, but maybe in the next couple of weekends, or maybe a weekday. I might even take a weekday. Yeah, and I'll do a recording of that. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment down below if you do have any questions or want to just say anything. Let me know, what do you think? Do you think the microphones are worth it? Do you think there's a noticeable difference with what you can hear? Does it sound better? Hopefully it does. Hopefully when I edit this video I'm going to be able to get a decent sound from it. But yeah, until I do that, I don't really know how this video's gone. It might have just been a big failure. I'm hoping it hasn't. Yeah, until next time, see ya, take care.